We live in the twilight world. There are no friends at dusk. So let's have another quick look at our World War 33 going on in Ukraine, and how it kind of lines up with Operation Bodyguard. Operation Bodyguard, of course, being a massive deception operation to fool the Germans into thinking there was going to be invasions in Norway via Fortitude North and the port of Calais via Fortitude South. These were the main two big deception operations, Fortitude North and Fortitude South. Of course, there were many others, as you can see here on this map. Skye is an amazing one I need to talk about at some point. So for those of you that know my work, you'll know that I'm saying that actually the deception was on the guys who thought they were doing the deception themselves. Anyway, over to Ukraine. The time I'm filming this, the date, sorry, I'm filming this is the 24th today. I'm really crap with dates. But anyway, we just had the weekend go by, the 22nd of October. And of course, they love their 22s in this war. And we had a whole media blackout on the area of Kherson over here. Now, yet again, we can only speculate, right? I'm not over there. I'm not in any way working with the hidden hand. I have no idea what's going on. At this point, all we can do is speculate as to what's going on. But it's interesting to toy around with these ideas and you know, kind of, I don't know. What we don't want to do is make predictions. Predictions are really bad for many reasons, okay? You might end up giving these fuckers ideas. You also end up looking like a clown if you get it wrong, and so on. But I don't mind speculating on how the deception might be working, okay? And what illusions they're using to, you know, give this war legs, okay? So, at this moment in time, there's a lot of talk about false flags and dirty bombs, which is amazing kind of a reverse double bluff psychology they're using on everyone, because they're both kind of claiming each. The Ukrainians are claiming that the Russians are going to use a dirty bomb and say it was them. The Russians are saying that the Ukrainians are going to use a dirty bomb and blame them. It's just an amazing double-cross operation right there, regardless if it even happens. The amount of energy it's creating with the whole attention it's getting by people just having their minds blown with the false flagging of the false flags, you know. I imagine the average NPC at home, their heads are probably exploding right now. So yeah. So there was a media blackout, and there was this is according to the news. This is according to what we're getting told via our Black Cube devices, okay? There was a media blackout, and then all of the Russian forces were trying to evacuate the residents out of Kherson because there was going to be something going to happen, okay? And then, of course, the Ukrainians are saying it wasn't an evacuation. It was a forced mass relocation operation, which is illegal and blah, blah, blah. Now, I'm thinking to myself, perhaps there's actually fuck all going on in Kherson whatsoever. It's all just a classic, as we had over here, Fortitude North and a Fortitude South all over again. It's all just nonsense. Nothing's happening. So, you know, you've got to remember, in Fortitude North, this is where they had what they called a notional army. And a notional army is a very... It's an army that's job is to make it look like there's another army there, a fictional army there. So, for example, they would, you know, move around all the inflatable tanks. They would endlessly keep driving trucks up and down the same road to make it look like a massive invasion force was getting ready. They would constantly keep unloading empty boxes out, spreading them all out and then packing them back up, loading them back out, moving around empty boxes again and again, driving around empty trucks, moving around inflatable tanks, you know. Because you've got to remember, at this point in the war, Britain controlled the skies. So, and also Britain controlled all of the German spies. So they controlled the skies and the spies. So any aerial surveillance and reconnaissance coming through them is because the British allowed it. So the British were allowing the Luftwaffe to come over and get aerial surveillance. They were, of course, also feeding their network of spies chicken feed, which, of course, kept the whole of the German military busy, thinking that there was a huge army near Edinburgh and a huge army in Dover, when it really wasn't. It was just a lot of commotion, you know. A notional army giving the false appearance, creating the illusion of the fictional army that just didn't even exist. Okay. I believe in Fortitude South it was old Blood and Guts General Patton that was in charge of the FUSAG, the first United States Army group, who were, doing the same thing as the British were doing up in the north in Scotland. They were constantly just moving around empty boxes, empty trucks, inflatable tanks, ply tanks. Just it was all deception, okay? So I've got a feeling it's the same thing happening in Kherson, maybe. We can't rule it out. The other option with Kherson is that actually they were going to try a massive illusion operation there, but not enough everyday regular people participated. And this is the key. This is how you shut down an illusion operation. You don't participate. And an illusion operation can only work when the masses fully participate, completely unbeknownst that it's all a show and they are the performers performing in the show. If you get a large body of the masses that just say, no, I'm not doing this. I'm not on either side. I'm not with Ukrainians. I'm not with Russians. I'm just going to stay in my house and not participate. They can't fucking do anything. If there's too many real people there, they can't do anything. They're not going to, like some have suggested, blow up the dam. The hidden hand doesn't kill innocent people. They're not going to blow up the dam if there's still regular people there not participating. They're not going to do that. This is why they always have to evacuate the area first. And they use stuff like, they've got LiDAR. The hidden hand has LiDAR, which is a very, very advanced form of radar, but it uses light instead of radio signal. Radar stands for radio detection and ranging. LiDAR is light detection and ranging. And it can basically see through walls. It's like X-ray vision. You could practically see any living thing in a city. So if there was still one remaining human there, they would have to go in and get that fucker out before they could start dropping bombs, okay? Now this is pretty out there and wild stuff, I understand. There's a lot for people to take in, you know. It's LiDARs and ghost armies and the hidden hand not killing anyone. I know people are struggle with that, you know. But anyway, we'll keep one eye on Kherson and any dirty bombs, any nuclear bombs, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully, you guys are not idiots and you've kind of switched off to this propaganda. And but if you're like me, you're still just looking at it from the point of view of like entertainment. Get the popcorn out. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on Kherson. We'll see what's going on. We live in a twilight world. There are no friends at dusk.